I dropped my camera 4 months ago and somehow forgot how to vlog. Anyway, spend the day with me while I unpack 2025. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Hi, I'm Chibuzo Joy, and if you're new here, I'm eagerly learning how to navigate life in my 20s. Quietly, imperfectly, and sometimes a little lost. And somewhere in between trying to grow and trying to keep up, I think I hit my first quarter life crisis. Before my last upload on YouTube, around the time I hit 1,000 subscribers, I started wanting more from my channel. I wanted depth, more layers, but I didn't know how to express that yet. Because beyond being a content creator, I'm also someone with opinions, different interests, and a lot of nice things, of course, going on internally. And boxing all that into just writing started to feel limiting. On top of that, the economy wasn't even smiling at anybody, and it was really getting expensive to keep up with weekly uploads on here. But I kept showing up regardless, because I had a goal to stay consistent and get monetized in 2025, no matter what. Somewhere along the line, overthinking crept in, slowly at first, then all at once. I'm someone who likes to have things planned out, to know what's next, to feel in control of my time and my life. And even though NYSC hadn't even reached 6 months at the time, I was already thinking about life after service. What's next? Where do I go from here? Am I even on the right path? It felt like I was running out of time, even though realistically I wasn't. And the more I thought about it, the more I dwelled on these thoughts, the more everything started to feel like it was falling out of place. Content creation, which used to feel like an outlet for me, started to feel like pressure. Showing up became really expensive, not just financially, but mentally and emotionally too. Because I was putting in so much time, energy, resources, effort, and it felt like I had nothing to show for it yet. At least, not based on the expectations that I had set for myself. And that's the thing about expectations. They can quietly turn something you love into something that drains you. I started questioning everything. If I really wanted to do this, if I was even good enough, if I had wasted my time chasing something that would not work out. At the time, life outside YouTube wasn't even clear either. So it felt like I was stuck in between, not fully here, not fully there, just existing in this space of confusion and pressure. And I won't even lie, it got to me for the first time in my life. I was overwhelmed, mentally drained, and constantly in my head. There were days I wanted to create, but I just couldn't bring myself to pick up the camera. Not because I didn't care anymore, but because I didn't recognize the version of me that was supposed to show up. At some point, I realized if I kept going like that, if I kept going that way, I was going to start forcing it. And I never wanted this space to feel forced in any sort of way. I I didn't want to show up half empty or pretend to be okay when I wasn't either. So instead of pushing through it, what did I do? I just stopped. I stepped away because I needed to find my way back to myself first. That break was supposed to last for just 2 weeks. But 2 weeks turned into a month, then another. And before I knew it, I had completely stepped away. At first, it felt strange. Not reaching for my camera, not thinking about what to post next, not trying to keep up. But after a while, it started to feel like a relief. A kind of quiet I didn't even realize I needed. I wasn't constantly consuming, comparing, or feeling like I had to be on all the time. And in that silence, I had space to actually hear myself think again. I won't say I suddenly figured everything out. Of course not. But I started asking myself better questions. Not what will perform well, but what actually feels true to me. Not what should I be doing next, but what kind of life am I trying to build? I went back to the drawing board and reminded myself why I even started creating content in the first place. It was never just about the numbers, it was about expression, about documenting my life, about sharing the little things I'm learning along the way, and yes, building something that could eventually sustain me financially too. I started paying attention to the things I had been neglecting before now. Rest, my relationship with God, conversations with my parents and siblings, being present with my friends, especially without feeling like I was missing out on every moment and turning it into content. And slowly, I started to feel like myself again. Not the version of me that was trying to keep up, but the version of me that was just being. I even went back to the people who inspired me when I first started. And there's something I realized. They've all had seasons where they disappeared, when things didn't make sense, where they had to step back, and they didn't come back because everything was perfect. Of course not. They came back when they felt ready to. They took breaks, they felt lost, and they came back better. So I stopped rushing myself. I allowed myself to take the time I needed, without guilt, without pressure to explain, without trying to force clarity. Why did I feel inspired by them in the first place? Their authenticity, creativity, and uniqueness. So instead of being stuck away with fear of not maximizing my potential, I gave myself grace. I stopped rushing myself. I allowed myself to take time I needed, without guilt, without pressure to explain, without trying to force clarity. And somewhere in that process, I found a softer and more honest way to show up. So, have I figured everything out? Not entirely. Do I feel better? 100% of course. Did that season of confusion break me? Of course not. If anything, it made me sit down with myself to discover who I am without the titles. It brought me closer to God, my parents, and the people who showed up for me when I was ready to open up. It also helped me realize that I don't have to box myself in anymore. This space can hold all of me, the good, the bad, and the best. So if you ever find yourself in a similar space, just know that it's okay to pause. It's okay to go back to the drawing board, talk to God about how you feel, sit with yourself, take care of your mental health. But don't stay stuck forever though. You'll find your way again, just as I'm finding mine too. And to everyone that reached out to me while I was away, thank you so much. I did not take your care and love for granted. Of course, there's an extra clip for you.
So,
I'm ready for my class, and you guys, this is my last class. This is what I'm going to do. That's all. I'm so happy. This is my fit for today. I don't know how much you can see, but I smell so good. I don't know. I'm going to end this vlog with saying maybe be kind people, maybe meet kind people, and let us have kind people as friends, because that's how I discovered this perfume I'm wearing. That you guys, I smell so nice. I can't even overemphasize it, and you will not understand if you know me and how difficult it is with finding scents that I love. I'm not a feminine scent girly. At the same time, I'm not a like deep masculine scent girly, but I love masculine scents because of my dad. And it's been so difficult whenever I try to switch perfumes or change perfumes. I used to use Musso before now, the brown one, and I wanted to try something very different. So that's why I saw the pink Musso. I used it a few times. In short, you have to spray like 50 times before you can perceive it. And it was not giving, so I was like, okay, what can I pair with this to give me what I want? So, one thing led to the other. I might gist you guys about it or not, and I found what I was able to. Like, it's an oil perfume. It's a bit expensive, sure. I don't know, depending on what expensive means to you, but it was a gift from my friend's mom. Yeah, from my friend's mom, and I fell in love with it the first time I checked it out, and I'm so glad she gifted it to me. So yeah. That's all I want to end the vlog with. I don't know. See you guys in the next one, depending on when the next one is going to be. You can let me know in the comments what type of vlogs you want to see more on this channel. That should be it for today. Bye.